One of the things I usually do once a year is I try to suck up all the pine straw that gets lodged between these rocks for part of the riprap. Probably a lot of overkill, but something I like doing, and it helps keep this clean. Just for the heck of it, I'm going to try to take this up and clean the filter a little bit, see if I get a little better suction. This is a before picture. I'll try to get you an after picture too.
Notice on the first pass here, I'm blowing from the inside out, and then later on I'll come back and blow off on the outside. I'm trying to get upstream of the wind so the dirt blows away from it, but the wind keeps changing on me. Now as a final pass, I'll blow it off the outside of the filter.
I guess we might as well empty this while we're at it. Okay, we'll give that a try. Today we're going to set up my lake pump for my sprinkler system. It's been in the basement here all winter. It's now March 7th, and I'm going to get this out for the season and try to do some watering. So we'll take you along on that journey. guess just to give you a little bit of an overview, this is a pump I got off of Amazon. I think it was $100 and a quarter or something like that. And it came with this cheap but very functional intake hose. It's got a screen on the end, and it's also a one-way valve, so you don't have to keep priming the pump every time you turn it on. So we'll take this down to the dock and hook it up. Here is where it'll come out in front of the pontoon. You see a little box on the boathouse there. That's what I keep it in. So in the box we've got a surge suppressor, and this is one of my Wise timers that I can control through Wi-Fi and also set it up for a schedule. And then of course the cable is plugged in over here. So we'll get this thing hooked up and see if it works. The way I got it configured here, this intake hose is just long enough to come out of the box, wrap on the far side of that post, and then go down into the water here. We'll set that up now. Down here I have actually this box is some squirrels or some kind of rodents that chewed a hole in the side, so I just use that hole. So far I haven't had to do a lot of attaching. Usually this will stay submerged if I put it right on the edge of this post here. Of course, then when it's filled with water, it weights itself down. So we'll see if that still holds for this year. Get this plugged into my Wi-Fi outlet. I'll go get the hose that I put on here. Since the outlet is vertical on this pump, I'll just run the hose over the top here, and then when I'm done I can close the lid. Of course, before we put the hose on, I'm going to have to prime it, so I forgot that. I'm going to have to go get some water and get that thing primed. We'll use this bucket here, see if I can get some water out of here, out of the lake, without falling in. Be nice to have a funnel, but forgot that. We'll see if we can get it without it. Okay, looks like it's full. We'll get the hose on here. Alright, let's give this a quick test. I go into my phone app here. Okay, the lake pump here is offline. See if we got power to it. Okay, I turned the power switch on. So now we'll see if this is online. Okay, it's online, so we'll turn it on. What I'm watching for is any water coming out of that hose over there. It's got to fill the whole hose up, so it might take a while. Actually, we'll just walk over there. I do feel air coming out, so I think we're getting there. Alright, there's our water. Alright, that was easy. Hopefully it always goes this well. Turn the pump off. Pump's off. Alright. Now it's time to hook up the sprinkling equipment. Okay, the first thing I want to water is my ryegrass, and I need the narrow. So this one gives me a good narrow stream that's adjustable. So we're going to use this one and then pull it up the hill. Probably should have pulled this up when it didn't have water in it, but we'll make the best of it here. This is the ryegrass that I planted. Try to get that going good, and then another month or two we'll try to propagate the Bermuda. That's the yellowish stuff here you see on the right. I've had pretty good luck with plugs that I get from Amazon, Bermuda plugs. You get 50 of them for like 50 bucks. That doesn't work too bad. I'm going to set this down here and see if I can get this up the hill. We'll try that first, see what the pattern looks like. Turn me on. Yeah, it helps to turn the sprinkler away from you when you turn it on. You'd think I'd be smart by now, as old as I am. But no. I'm adjusting it for the narrowest track, and then also making sure the unit is parallel to the up and down of this hill. Now I need to see if it's reaching all the way to the end of the grass. These, what you see there are burlap strips of cloth that my wife swears by, so I put some of that, and there's actually ryegrass underneath that. So we'll get to see how good that works in the next couple weeks. I got a little bit of the rye coming up. I planted it a couple weeks ago, but you know, we haven't had a lot of good rain nor sun, so hopefully this will substitute for the rain. If we get a good sunny day, maybe that'll help. So what I'm going to do is go work on some other things here so I can set a timer on this. Usually about 30 minutes is pretty good. After that, the water starts running down the hill, and I don't want to do that. I just want to get it good and soaked. So down here we'll go 30 minutes. I don't know if you can see this or not. We'll see how it comes out when I edit it. Start. Okay, here's the timer. It's counting off. When it gets down after 30 minutes, it should shut that off. Next project is to clean up the beach area. Time to start spraying for weeds again. Let me get this set up. I don't know what's in here, so we'll rinse this out first.
We'll fill this halfway up first and then put in the concentrate.
We found this stuff works pretty good, about 2 ounces per gallon. Most of this I do underneath the deck here and then the driveway. So we'll do this first under the deck.
That pretty much finishes up this project. Now we'll take you to a project I did earlier in the winter.
So in the fall I usually mulch my leaves with the riding mower. I don't have a mulching kit on it, so I sort of cheat a little bit and I use my bagging system, which is this attachment right here, except I don't hook up the tube to go to the bag. And when I don't do that, this flap is closed. And what that does is it keeps the grass clippings underneath and just mulches them up. So we'll put that on and see if we can do a little bit of mulching. I'm going to try to mulch the leaves on this hill, so we'll get a shot here. I find that makes pretty quick work of those leaves, and then hopefully it'll be fertilizer for the grass I'm trying to get growing here next year. This pretty much wraps up this video. I hope you enjoyed it. In the next videos I will be back to the lake house putting down some landscape mulch, and then back to the house working on my second little pond.